Alright, what's up guys? Trev back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be talking about The Walking Dead TV show in particular, not the comic book because it's different, and which characters are my favorite, or my top 5 favorite characters countdown. Yeah, and by the way, if any of you would like to do a video, or just put your list in the comments or whatever, please feel free to do so for your top 5 favorite Walking Dead characters from the first 2 seasons. Now, going forward, of course, this is going to change in the 3rd season, and the 4th, and the 5th as we get new characters on. I mean, for sure, as of late next season, probably a lot of people will really like Michonne, since I think she's just such a cool character, and I think she'll be a nice addition to the group and the cast, and I'm sure that she'll probably be a fan favorite as well. But as of now, the end of season 2, this is going to be my top 5 favorite characters countdown in order, for going from my least favorite to my most favorite. So number 5, let's get started off with sort of like the wise old man of the group, and that is Dale. I think up until Dale's final episode, which was episode 11 of season 2, Dale has to be one of my favorite characters. I think he's very interesting to have around because of some of the banter he has between him and Shane, and he's kind of got the voice of reason, so to speak. He's got some good lines in the first season, and just it seems like he really enjoys philosophy, has a lot of good sayings and a lot of good things to contribute to the group. When characters like Glenn, need some advice, they come to him and kind of ask him, and he's kind of like the father of the group, or the grandfather of the group, I guess you could say, or at least he was. Being there for the other characters when they need some kind of guidance, and just being the voice of reason in a lot of ways throughout the show. So definitely one of my favorite characters is Dale. I'll put him at number 5. Number 4, so my 4th favorite is Andrea, highest female on the list. I think she's a better female than any of the others because she's, or a better female character, I should say. She's able to defend herself. She's able to shoot. She's useful to actually have around. She's willing to learn. Like, she wasn't always good at shooting. She picked that up from being taught from Shane, and kind of got over her fear of shooting zombies and that kind of stuff. She puts down her sister, which was pretty cool from the first season, which was a good scene. She sort of loses her will to live there for a bit after, which I think can happen to anybody after losing a very close loved one, especially if it's the last loved one you actually had. Um, you know, so I think that she's a very interesting character. Definitely my favorite female. Definitely like her a lot more than Lori, that's for sure. And I think she's had some really good progression as a character, going from just a regular female who really can't defend themselves very well to being a badass completely by the end of the 2nd season. And we get to see her in the final episode where she's running through, and she's trying to avoid being just one second. Being bitten or anything by some of the walkers, and she survives. Does very well on her own, as well as I think almost anybody else would do. I don't think Rick or Shane would have been able to do much better on their own, in that type of situation. Daryl maybe. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but definitely she does well on her own. The screwdriver kill, one of the best kills of the entire series, inside the RV, where when Dale drops down the screwdriver and she uses it right through the eye of that zombie. Probably the best kill of all of The Walking Dead, I'd have to say. Can I say that? Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah, I think so. That probably is the best zombie kill of the whole series, for sure. I love that zombie kill. Watching that over again, that's probably one of the most suspenseful scenes of the whole series. And she's in it, so I hope she sticks around for a while. My 4th favorite, Andrea. My 3rd favorite is going to be, for sure, Daryl. Daryl Dixon. I mean, how can you not love Daryl? He's such a cool character. Probably most people he'd be number 1. For me, he's number 3. I think part of his character that's funny. He jokes around a lot. He calls Glenn short round. He calls Lori olive oil. He's just got a lot of funny one-liners like that. He's obviously really cool. He's got his crossbow, which is just a cool, it's a cool weapon to have during a zombie apocalypse. Acted by Norman Reedus, which doesn't hurt, that's for sure, because a lot of people know him from other shows and movies and stuff, and he's a great actor. Just a really, really funny character. Got some of the best zombie kills as well. Like, for example, the first episode of the second season where he stabs that zombie and then pulls him on top of him, lays underneath it, and saves T-Dog by doing it. I mean, just very, very cool character. There's no question about it. So Daryl Dixon, number 3. Number 2 is going to be Rick Grimes. I think that Rick is a central character of the show, and he's got to be one of my favorites because he is sort of like the grounded character, you know, whereas Daryl's a little eccentric, a little bit different. A lot of the other characters are different too. Rick Grimes is just that like family man who just wants to protect the group. You know, he's like your classic good guy in, you know, a world that is not good. You know, unjust world, you could say. So I think that it's interesting to have him around because we get to see the evolution of his character through time. I'm probably going to do a video just talking about the evolution of Rick's character from the beginning of the series up to this point, the end of the second season. All the changes he's gone through because there have been, you know, they're vast. And, you know, he's kind of become a completely different character in and of himself at this point. So Rick Grimes got to be my second favorite. And then my number 1 most favorite character of the series has to be Shane. I think you guys probably knew that by now just from watching my reviews and stuff. Yeah, I think that Shane Walsh, the character, is very interesting and the best addition to the TV show that wasn't really in the comic book. The comic book character just was plain, it just sucked, okay? Getting to see Shane in the series, there's been so many good moments with the character. Again, I'll probably do a spotlight of him just talking about Shane character and why he is my favorite. I think there's some really good additions to the show that really make you feel for Shane's character. Like, for example, you might think of Shane as a bad guy because he left Rick in the hospital. But then they show you the scene of him and having everybody around, and he's losing his mind. They're shooting people in the hallway, not zombies. They're shooting everybody, and he's trying to save Rick. He's trying to, get him up, and he's like, "Come on, Rick," and then he pushes the bed in front. I mean, that was just the best opening from The Walking Dead ever, probably, and just such a cool scene. It makes you feel like he's not a bad guy. He's trying to do the right thing. And, he's willing to do anything. He's desperate. He's willing to do anything to keep his friend alive and his family. And when he realizes that, his best friend Rick is basically dead, what he tries to do is he tries to help out his family because maybe, well, we don't really know too much about Shane, but it seems like he doesn't have a family of his own. So, being as such, the next thing he does is he goes and he wants to try to take care of his best friend's family because he couldn't live with his best friend being dead. And then all the way up to the end of the show, when it finally comes down to it, as much as he wants to be with Lori and Carl, he can't do it. He can't shoot Rick, or if you want to look at it the other way, he basically let Rick kill him because maybe he was already dying, or who knows, or he just didn't want to live anymore. So in that way, he's kind of a selfless character. He also saved Rick and Lori and Carl, as well as many other characters from the show on numerous occasions. So very cool. And aside from getting into it, the bicker with Rick, definitely my favorite character of the show. And you have to feel for him too because Rick just kind of waltzes back in and just takes over. And I'm pretty sure that before this all happened, Shane and Rick, they were partners, but I think that Rick was in. I'm pretty sure that Rick was higher rank than Shane. Like Shane was his best friend, and his partner, but Rick was in a higher rank in the police force than Shane. That's my understanding of it. Is that Rick was like a sheriff's deputy. I don't know what Shane's position was, but I'm pretty sure that Rick was kind of the leader of their partnership. He was in a higher position, so Shane has to listen to Rick. I'm pretty sure that's the way it's supposed to be. I kind of filled that in my mind on my own. I don't think that was stated specifically, but I'm pretty sure that was the intent of their partnership on the police force beforehand. So when Rick comes back in, it's just kind of like Shane's like, oh, he's just used to following directions from Rick because he used to do it every day at his job. So very interesting stuff, very cool. I hope you guys enjoy it. That's my top 5 favorite characters from The Walking Dead countdown. Go over it again. Number 5, Dale. Number 4, Andrea. Number 3, Daryl. Number 2, Rick. And number 1, my favorite character from The Walking Dead TV show is Shane. Probably going to change at the end of next year since Shane's not going to be around. But maybe not. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Send me video responses for this too. Anybody who wants to do a video on this one and explain who your 5 favorite characters are from The Walking Dead, why, or post them in the comments. Later, guys. Peace.